morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is English Bulletin. With me, it's Bhadra. The top stories first. Local authorities extend prohibitory order in Kathmandu Valley. Restriction to remain in force till September 2nd. Coronavirus claims 11 more lives in Nepal. Over than 800 new cases confirmed yesterday. Government publishes schedule for international flights. 60 regular flights planned for next month. Early morning flash floods hit Afghanistan. More than 70 persons swept away by swollen rivers. And Manchester United captain lodges legal appeal in Greece. Harry Maguire likely to remain skipper of the Red Devils. And now, the news in detail. Government authorities have extended the prohibitory order in Kathmandu Valley by a week. A meeting of the chief district officers of Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur on Tuesday decided to extend the order till next week. The prohibitory order will remain in force till midnight of September 2nd. The prohibitory order issued last week expired yesterday midnight. The meeting decided to extend the order after assessing the COVID-19 situation in the valley. During this period, the general public will not be allowed to come out of their homes except for purchasing food, medicine and in case of emergency. The authorities have also urged the public to wear masks compulsorily while venturing out of their homes. Meanwhile, the government has banned vehicular movement except those used for transporting essential goods, security personnel and health workers. Meanwhile, the local authorities have eased the restriction for employees who have to attend office. The staffers will be allowed to travel to their offices between 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning and between 3 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. During this period, hotels and restaurants will remain closed, along with the roadside vendor businesses. Meanwhile, banks and financial institutions have been urged to provide their service by maintaining safety measures and deploying minimum workforce. In the meantime, the government has tightened the entry of vehicles into Kathmandu Valley after extending the prohibitory order by a week. Police have intensified checkings at the main entry points of the valley, including Nagdunga and Saga. Authorities have granted easy access to vehicles carrying foodstuffs, fruits, vegetables, medicine and milk. Besides that, ambulances and vehicles carrying construction materials have also been granted permission to enter the valley. Police have also allowed people visiting the capital for emergency purpose to enter the valley after holding down the details. Besides that, no other vehicles have been allowed to enter the valley. The district administration officers have also stopped issuing passes for inter-district travel. Meanwhile, the number of vehicles leaving the valley is said to be very few in number. Now, coronavirus has claimed 11 more lives in the country. Government authorities yesterday confirmed the deaths of 2 women and 9 men in various districts due to the disease. Spokesperson for the Ministry of Health and Population, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, informed that the disease claimed the lives of 1 woman each in Morang and Bhaktapur. Likewise, 2 men in Kailali, 3 in Mahottari, 1 in Bake, 1 in Kathmandu and 2 in Bhadra also fell victim to the disease. With this, the death toll from coronavirus in the country has climbed to 175. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry confirmed 885 new cases of coronavirus yesterday. Among them, 301 cases were reported in Kathmandu Valley. Health authorities had conducted 13,253 PCR tests recently. The total number of coronavirus cases in the country has reached 34,418, while the number of active cases has surged to 14,739. Currently, 151 infected persons are undergoing treatment in ICU, while 14 are receiving support in ventilators. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. We continue with other national news. One person has died in Kamotoli of Chapa Municipality 1 due to police firing. 38-year-old Ramikul Alam from Kamatoli died after being shot during a police firing, which was initiated by the locals attacking a local police contingent. Alam died while being treated at the BNC hospital in Birtamod of Chapa on Wednesday night. The scuffle between the police and the locals started when the police tried arresting locals who were allegedly involved in killing an ex-spokesperson at the district police office Chapa. Prakash Thapa informed that the irritated locals attacked the police who were returning from the site after discovering the head and the feet of the killed ox. According to the police, locals gathered in hundreds lighting tires on fire and started to attack the police, to which the police force retaliated in self-defense and fired 5 bullets. In other news, government has published the schedule of international flights resuming service from September 2nd next month. The flight schedule published by the Tourism Ministry includes 60 regular flights and 27 chartered flights for the next 1 month. As per government's new policy, international flights can carry not more than 500 passengers in a single day to reduce COVID-19 risk, informed the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal.
गभर्नमेन्टले 500 जना भन्दा बढी चाहिँ ल्याउन नपाउने जहाजले एक दिनमा त्रिभुवन अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थलमा 500 जना मात्रै आउन पाउने भनेर जुन अहिले एउटा नियम बनाउनु भएको छ, मलाई लाग्छ त्यसको लागि हो.
Passengers wishing to travel back to Nepal via regular flights will have to submit a PCR negative report carried out within 72 hours, along with a form provided by Nepal government. Ministry of Health and Population will deploy its employees on various countries to monitor the entire process. All passengers travelling via regular flights will then be rechecked at Nepal's airport. Such passengers will then have to stay on compulsory 14 days home quarantine. Local administrations will keep tracks of such passengers. Similarly, citizens wishing to return home from Middle East nations such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Kuwait can board the chartered flight after ordinary fever check. Such passengers will be then kept at hotel quarantine, followed by a PCR test. The expenses of both test and hotel quarantine will have to be borne by the respective passenger, CAN informed.
होल्डिङ पोइन्टमा लगाएर अनि उहाँहरूलाई क्वारेन्टाइनमा लगिन्छ, एक हप्ता क्वारेन्टाइन राखिन्छ, त्यसपछि पीसीआर गरेर पीसीआर रिपोर्ट नेगेटिभ आएपछि अनि उहाँहरूलाई होम आइसोलेसनमा जानु भनेर पठाइन्छ र त्यो बीचको जुन एक हप्ताको होटलको चार्ज प्लस पीसीआर को चार्ज उहाँले आफै तिर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ.
Similarly, CAN has also made arrangements for publishing the schedule of domestic flights, keeping in mind the upcoming festivities. Domestic flights will commence from remote districts with less COVID-19 cases for now, CAN added. The Drug Administration Department has informed that there is no scarcity of essential medicines across the country. Although some medicines which were not imported on time due to issues with transport are in short supply, majority of medicines are available in the market. The department's Director General Narayan Prasad Thokal informed that the department has not received any information about a shortage of medicines from across the country. He further informed that although some medications which are imported may not be available on time, but no scarcity has been created.
आवश्यक औषधिहरू उपलब्ध छन् र कुनै यस्तो निश्चित चाहिँ औषधि अभाव भएको भन्ने हामीलाई पनि लामो समय अभाव भएको भनेर चाहिँ सूचना हामीसँग पनि छैन. तर कुनै औषधिहरू निश्चित क्षेत्रमा अभाव भयो भन्ने चाहिँ नि साथीहरूको रिपोर्टिङ भइरहेको र त्यसलाई हामीले चाहिँ व्यवस्थापकीय अफसरहरू चाहिँ नि मार्फत हामीले चाहिँ त्यसलाई पूर्ति गरिरहेको.
Dhakal also expressed concerns over the increase in the number of people who have started self-medication without proper advice and urged them to visit the doctor before taking any form of medicine.
यो आवश्यकताभन्दा बढी औषधि दिएर खालि यो आफ्नो चाहिँ एउटा व्यापारिक चाहिँ फाइदाको स्वार्थमा यो गर्न हुने वस्तु होइन र यो सेवन गरियो धेरै सेवन गरियो अनावश्यक रूपमा सेवन गरियो भने यसले शरीरलाई हानि पुर्याउँछ.
He also informed that plasma therapy to treat coronavirus has been approved in Nepal. Dhakal cited that most countries in the world have started using this form of medication, in which plasma from the blood of a recovered COVID-19 patient is given to a serious patient. He said that new information has come to light about the Nepal Health and Research Council studying the effect of a homeopathic medicine which goes by the name of AST. And now, the news from Economic Front. The price of gold, which has been falling since last Wednesday, saw a further decline for the entire week. According to the Federation of Nepal Gold and Silver Dealers Association, the price of the precious yellow metal went down by 400 rupees per 11 grams. Hallmark gold was traded for 96,800 rupees yesterday. On Tuesday, the price of gold was 97,200 rupees. Similarly, the price of silver has also dropped to 1,310 rupees. The price of gold has also seen a rapid decline in the international market. 1 ounce of gold is being traded for $1,119 in the international market. We'll be taking a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. A violent flash flood killed more than 70 people and destroyed hundreds of homes just north of Afghanistan's capital on Wednesday, Reuters reported, citing government officials. The floods swept through Parwan province, which borders Kabul, in the early hours of the morning, washing away men, women and children and destroying 300 homes, according to the Ministry of Disaster Management spokesman Tamim Azimi. Rescuers searched through mud throughout the day for the bodies, with the confirmed death toll at 72 and at least 90 injured, Azimi added. Floods had also swept through 8 other northern provinces, according to the Ministry of Disaster Management spokesman. The ministry added that climate change was intensifying the amount of flooding hitting the country. The disaster comes as the war-torn nation already faces a shrinking economy due to the coronavirus pandemic. Violence continues despite the United States attempting to usher peace talks between the Afghan government and the insurgent Taliban. Meanwhile, Iran agreed Wednesday to allow a UN watchdog the access to 2 alleged nuclear sites, AP reported. According to the news agency, the announcement came only hours after Iran's arch-rival, the United States, suffered a humiliating defeat when the United Nations blocked its controversial bid to reimpose international sanctions on the Islamic Republic. The US move had threatened to torpedo a historic 2015 accord under which Iran had agreed to curb its nuclear program in exchange for sanction relief. The deal, known formally as a Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, has been hanging by a thread since US President Donald Trump's unilateral decision to withdraw from it in 2018. Iran has retaliated by gradually reducing its commitments to the JCPOA ever since. But it agreed on Wednesday to grant the International Atomic Energy Agency the access it had sought to 2 sites that were suspected of having hosted undeclared activity in the early 2000s. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Manchester United captain Harry Maguire's legal team has lodged an appeal against the guilty verdict that led to him receiving a suspended jail sentence of 21 months and 10 days in Greek court, the club said. In accordance with the Greek law, the appeal nullifies Maguire's conviction and there will be a full retrial in a more senior court, reported BBC. The sentence given on Tuesday is suspended for 3 years. The 27-year-old Englishman is likely to remain as United captain for the upcoming season. The trial came after Maguire was arrested following an alleged altercation on Greek island of Mykonos. On Tuesday, Maguire was named in the England squad for September's Nations League matches against Iceland and Denmark. He was withdrawn hours later after being found guilty of repeated bodily harm, attempted bribery, violence against public employees and insult following his arrest last week. Wendy Renard secured a record 9th appearance in the Women's Champions League final for Lyon with the winner against Paris Saint-Germain in Bilbao. France centre-back Renard headed in form a free kick after Grace Guerrero was sent off for PSG. Lyon's England forward Nikita Paris was also shown a second yellow, reducing both teams to 10 players. Lyon will now face a German side Wolfsburg in Sunday's final in San Sebastian if the French side beat the German league champions. Lyon would become 7-time winners of the competition and clinch their 5th consecutive title. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Local authorities extend prohibitory order in Kathmandu Valley, restrictions to remain in force till September 2nd. Coronavirus claims 11 more lives in Nepal, over than 800 new cases confirmed yesterday. Government publishes a schedule for international flights, 60 regular flights planned for next month. Early morning flash floods hits Afghanistan, more than 70 persons are swept away by swollen rivers. And Manchester United captain lodges a legal appeal in Greece, Harry Maguire likely to remain skipper of the Red Devils. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website at janatasamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to take precautionary measures against coronavirus, keep washing your hands, keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.